Hi, I'm Elissa here at the RT Booklovers Convention in Chicago with Michele Jaffe, one of my favorites.
Thank you.
Michele has this amazing upcoming YA mystery called Ghost Flower that you're definitely going to want to go get, and it's kind of hard to talk about because
Spoiler alert.
there's spoilers galore.
Just spoilers.
So we're just going to do the setup, which is that a girl takes over another girl's life.
Exactly.
She
Finds out what it's like to get a chance to be someone else, which is always kind of a fantasy for me when I was growing up as a teenager, especially someone with a better wardrobe than I had. So she gets
But look what she's rocking now. This is good.
dead people on
Dead
the dress.
people, yeah.
Yes, I see dead people on my clothes. And so she gets to see what it's like to be someone else, but she also learns what it's like to have someone else's secrets that haunt you, and in this case, literally haunt you. Maybe haunt you till you're dead.
Maybe, but we won't talk about that. Now, you set the book in Arizona. Mm-hmm. Why did you decide to set it there?
I had spent some time in Tucson, and there was something about it, the quality of the light, the landscape, all of that kept intriguing me. And also Tucson has this amazing property where it's still very desert-like and dry and brittle, but then there are really contrived parts of it, golf courses and things like that. And it felt like a really good setting for the kind of story I was telling, which is all about identity and creation and what you naturally are and what you can make yourself into. So the landscape sort of mirrors some of the themes of the book.
Speaking of identity, why do you think it's relevant for your potential teen readers? Do you think they like to imagine being somebody else, particularly when you're a teen and you're like, it's so boring, life is so boring?
Exactly. I think there is always, or for me anyway, there was a fantasy of seeing what it would be like to be in someone else's shoes, because you feel so self-conscious too. And so to imagine seeing yourself through someone else's eyes or seeing the world through someone else's eyes. But it is also interesting to think about where identity lies, what it takes to be someone or to be someone else, especially right now with Twitter and Facebook, where we're always representing ourselves and constructing ourselves on a screen or through text. I wanted to think about that and what it means to be yourself and what it would mean to be someone else.
Well, and it would be fun to be like the super rich popular girl too.
Yes, of course. That just makes it so much more exciting. You know, you've got the great clothes, you've got the good access. It's like a fantasy. It's like all of a sudden waking up and you're on the hills or something. And you have someone who does your hair. That's my fantasy. Someone does my hair.
Now, you told us just before we started filming that you are working on a adult historical romantic suspense.
Yes.
Michele wrote amazing historicals for adults as well as mysteries for adults. Bad Girl was awesome. You should get that on Amazon.
Thank you, thank you.
So tell us about it.
Well, this one is going to be sort of in the vein of Bad Girl, so more like my mysteries and romantic suspense for adults, but it's historical. It's a 3-book series, and the first one is set in Berlin in 1932, right as the Nazis are coming to power but aren't in power yet. It's an amazing, amazing period. Everything is going on there, and it's about an American girl who kind of is in hiding there from her New York socialite life and working as a cabaret singer, and ends up having to outwit some Nazis and spy for America and do all this amazing, oh, that's a spoiler alert. Anyway, it's been a fantastic book to work on. It's flappers and great clothes and awesome hair, and I think it's kind of an exciting idea, and not a lot has been done, although recently there have been several nonfiction books about that era. There's a book called In the Garden of Beasts by Eric Larson, who wrote Devil in the White City, which is an amazing book.
That's a good book. Yeah. That's a good Chicago book.
It's a fantastic Chicago book. It's about serial killers, my favorite things. And In the Garden of Beasts is about the American ambassador to Berlin in 1933 and his daughter and their letters and stuff. And it's really an interesting portrait. It's a city, this is the exact moment when it went from being the most intellectual and luxurious and wild city in the world to being the most shut down, dangerous, and quiet city in a lot of ways. So it's fascinating to watch the world turn. It's sort of like the prelude to any dystopia, because Berlin became
oh my God, there's your tagline.
It is. Prelude to dystopia, basically.
Because the dystopia is always like 50 years after this big horrible thing, and you're like right before the big horrible
Yeah, in this case it's like 6 weeks later, Hitler comes to power and everything changes.
That sounds amazing. When can we get it?
Hopefully next year. I just have to go finish it. Excuse me, I'll just go be in my room. I'm pretty sure my publisher would actually like me there right now.
All right, well, this is Elissa with Michele Jaffe signing off from RT Booklovers Convention in Chicago. Thanks for visiting.
Thank you.